Hey Taurus, it's Kendrick from Providence. I am here to give you your bonus reading. I'm in the bed because I've been getting rest lately, taking it easy, not pushing myself too much, recharging, all of that kind of good stuff. And it does feel a little bit different to be like laid up in the bed like this, but like, trust me, like this is where I want it to be. Like, I just couldn't see myself sitting in that stool, all, propped up, sitting up straight. I needed to be lounging. I needed to be laid out. So we can get in our vibe, get in our mood. You are a kind of relaxed sign, right? You're not really stressed. Not really. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this for you. Or a 3-stack here. All right, so let's look and see what's at the center for you. 5 of Swords. Okay, so this is interesting because the 5 of Swords is Venus being in Aquarius, okay? So this could have to do with relationships, a relationship needing to change, right? Maybe the idea of something, your idea of something needs to change. Maybe yourself. Maybe you are being shown by spirit, because these are swords, of where certain people, certain relationships in your life that you have grown accustomed to, or certain beliefs, your standards are definitely changing. They have changed, or they need to change. Whatever those standards are for yourself, because it's almost saying that like your standards are limiting you in some kind of way. Yeah. This also could be people that you're just not vibing with anymore because they have a limited view of you. You see? And this could be, not them determining for themselves it could be that they've determined for themselves who they think you are, or they might think they know who you are, but you are definitely a complex being that is always changing and shifting and, evolving, upgrading yourself. This is saying that this relationship is obsolete, okay? Or this is a version of yourself that is that you've outgrown, stale, right? So your awareness has grown stale, the interest has grown stale, that type of thing, and it also is people who don't think that you can go beyond your own limits, or beyond the limits, right? Past a certain point. They can't see you making it past a certain point for themselves in their own head, and that's the problem. It's not necessarily yours. You don't have to conform, and you don't have to reduce yourself to anything to make anyone else feel more comfortable, right? You don't have to be less opinionated. You don't have to try to, sugarcoat the things that are important to you. This is the freedom to speak your mind. Yeah? Don't let anyone take that away from you. Ever. Taurus. Sun, Moon, or Rising. Sun in the second house. Venus in the second house. Or even Venus in Taurus. Okay, so let's see what is going on in your past. Nine of Pentacles. Okay, so this is suggesting, you know, it's right next to the Five of Swords. So it's saying, you know, being able to be self-reliant. You know? Also, this is the happiest that one can be in material happiness, right? So you've reached a point of material happiness, right? That's what this says. But there's still one other thing missing. And it's something that isn't obvious, you know, because this is a 9. So it's saying that what you have realized is that it doesn't matter what I afford myself in this life materially. You know, maybe I have a beautiful life. Maybe I have a very solid lifestyle. Maybe the path that I'm on is pretty solid in terms of my career or in terms of my career longevity. But there are also some things that money can't buy. Yeah? And there are also some things that people can't necessarily give to you. And it's not about what you're taking in either. It could be knowledge that you're taking in, but really at the core of you, at the heart of you, there is some other sense of satisfaction, some other sensation that needs to be reached, achieved, felt even, with this 9 of Pentacles being here, you know? So whatever it is that you want to feel, there is nothing that a material thing can produce that feeling that you're trying to get. Let's see what your other cards are. Knight of Wands, which is kind of like a player card. But it's also double fire. So you could be dealing with someone who is just too much. You could find yourself always trying to diffuse a situation when they're around. Could be any fire sign, Aries, Leo, or Sag, but this is a Sag card. Could also be Scorpio that you might be dealing with, because Scorpio is 1/3 of that Knight of Wands. And this is also saying that you are changed forever from the Knight of Wands, so from this person, from this experience. You are also, you know, this talks about maybe running away from trauma, dealing with trauma, right? It is definitely connected to this 9 of Pentacles in a way. So it talks about, in the way that it is connected, this 9 of Wands is saying that, like, you know, whatever material things, right, this 9 of Pentacles, that you've been able to accumulate, it doesn't change the past And you definitely can't run from the past. You just have to kind of teach yourself how to cope with whatever comes your way. And the Knight of Wands talks about being ready for anything, right? It's a come what may type of energy. Kind of living by the seat of your pants. Is it that or flying by the seat of your pants? It's also like, also it's a reminder not to take life too seriously, because at any moment, the things that you are so invested in can be, changed, taken away, destroyed at a moment's notice. Things can change at any time. So it's about realizing what's important. And maybe the things that used to be important to you can still be, but they don't hold the position of priority as they did once before. Something different now. Something that gives you a different feeling. Something that was hidden from you before. Something that is shown to you through, I don't know, like something that's shown to you from God or Spirit through you. So when you see something that Spirit is trying to show you through your eyes and through your life, it's almost like you're having an epiphany. And it's also kind of like you're realizing what's most important here in life. And you're sort of recalibrating yourself in that way. Because the Five of Swords is almost like a recalibration. It's also saying don't hold your breath. Don't hold your breath in life. You never know what to expect. Okay, so the Two of Wands, exactly. The Hanged Man. The King of Wands. So the Hanged Man is here talking about being a victim of your circumstance or your surroundings, okay? It is very much connected to travel. It's connected to completion in ways, some endings. It also could be talking about projecting fears, being intimidated, right, by your own fears. It is connected to the month of December, as it is number 12, okay? And the deck in December, DEC, is connected to 10, which is like the 10th month as well, which is October. And it's also connected to like Jupiter, just because this is the Hanged Man, which is Pisces. It's actually Neptune, but that's the connection. Jupiter, Neptune, which is talking about luck, expansion, also feeling abandoned or alone, right? Feeling unable to fend for yourself, right? And the Hanged Man is number 12, so that's reducing to a 3, going back to the Empress Venus, which, is connected to October, 10. Even though October is number 8, meaning oct. So we're getting 8, we're getting 10. We're also getting, it's either the 8th of December or the 10th of December, or we're getting, that in March, the 3rd of March, the 8th of March, the 10th of March. So you could be dealing with a Pisces or a Libra. You could even be dealing with a Scorpio here, being that the Hanged Man is water. It does say that you've changed forever from something. Something has changed you forever. Like something that you imagined at one point in your past is now your your present, and is connected to your future as well. With the Hanged Man, it has a lot to do with past, present, and future. Okay, so we're able to kind of like connect things. You're seeing the circle of life. You're seeing that things are very cyclical. And that's what also allows you to trust wherever life is taking you again, all over again. Because you're kind of like submitting to the will of God. And you're also submitting to, you know, reality. The reality of your situation. You're coping with the reality of your situation. You know? And sometimes this is a harsh reality, but it's a harsh reality that gives you another chance. You know, and that's what the Hanged Man is about. The Hanged Man is always about second chances, or it's about giving you another way, you know, helping you see something that you didn't see before, helping you see your way out, or helping you reappreciate something that you may have thought was worse than it was, or, you know, it could have been worse. This says that, remember, right? Because it's talking about the circle, you know, of your life and how cyclical things are. This says that it could have been worse. You know, it could have been worse, but it's not as bad, you know, as it could have been. And that's why we give thanks when we see where we've not necessarily, we have overcome, but we also were taken out of harm's way, divinely protected. This talks about divine protection too. So it's almost like you're being grateful of that divine protection when you see where things could have gone, right? And now, and then once you are grateful for that divine protection, and grateful for that second chance, and grateful for all of those chances that you get, for the grace, for the compassion, you say, okay, I'm ready to start living my life again, but living my life again in the ways that I was not able to see that I could be living it before, if that makes any sense. Your perception of things have changed. Your perception of things has changed. And you are realizing something. You are conscious of your place, your energy, your power. You are conscious of your spiritual power. The spirit that lives and runs through you. And that's calling you, prompting you, influencing you to kind of, you know, bear it all in some kind of way, shape, or form. You know, taking risks or being determined, you know, being very determined. It's seeking passion, right? The passionate seeker. That's what I feel like this person is. Travel or movement will be good. Keeping yourself, you know, in shape. This is also talking about getting your vitals checked, right? Eyes, ears, nose, throat, that kind of thing. Some of you guys need to rest your voice. You might need to rest your voice. Your something might be going on with your throat chakra, right? You need to maybe hum sounds, chants, drink hot tea, do whatever it is that's going to soothe that throat chakra. Be mindful of, what is projected from your throat chakra, because that is being magnified, amplified, because your throat chakra is like an amplifier. So you have to be careful of what you just say recklessly. And you also have to be considerate and thoughtful of how your throat chakra is amplified. Look, out there. It's about control, being in control of yourself, and understanding that you can't be in control of others. But as a Libra could tell you, being in control of yourself is being in control of others. So going from the Hanged Man, whoa, that was crazy, scary, intimidating. I felt victimized by the experience. I felt like I was sacrificing something, or it made me aware of where I could still be sacrificed or make a sacrifice in this area. The Hanged Man makes you realize that you're not untouchable, right? We have to be shown that many different times. But then it also teaches us how to make ourselves untouchable. And it also reminds us that with the grace, okay, we are untouchable. It's very angel energy, very much like your angels were protecting you the whole time, okay? Then you had to realize something too about yourself all over again, because these folks over here, they don't know your story. They don't know what you've been through. They don't know what you've overcome. You still got some things to learn, and still got some things to overcome that you probably don't think are obstacles, right? Or, there's some spiritual conquests of the self, right? Because sometimes, when you are programmed and when you are taught and when you are, I was going to say societized, when you are a product of society, you have to, or sometimes you realize where you have taken on some of this programming and actually made it a part of who you are and how you operate. And then you realize, oh my gosh, like, I need to remember to think for myself. I'm being shown to think for myself again, and I'm realizing that there are certain parts of myself that are underdeveloped. Whether it's emotionally, whether it's mentally, whether it's socially, You know, maybe it is egoically. Is that even a word? So, don't be afraid or intimidated to operate from a new place. Fresh ideas, fresh opinions, a new outlook on life. That's what this is talking about, a new outlook. And then from the Two of Wands, we go to the King of Wands. So that's going from Aries to Leo. Okay, we like that. Right? So bam, it was here at first with the Sag on the first side, and now we're here to Leo. So we're controlling our passions. The King of Wands is a passionate perspective. Having very passionate thoughts, very provocative thoughts. This is someone, you, or it could be somebody coming into your life, that could just be a reminder of strength or courage for you. If it's someone that is, you know, prompting you to take on the energy of the King of Wands because you need to, great. If the King of Wands is someone that is entering your life, great. Maybe you've been waiting. Maybe your relationship with a parent has improved. Or maybe you are able to now be the parent for that inner child. That is you. Two of Wands is your inner child, because it's Aries, which is, you know, they're the children of the zodiac, the babies, right? Oh. And then it's also A2, which is connected to Pluto, regeneration, which is connected to that divine source of inspiration from the High Priestess. It says that you are given this life, and you are given choices in this life, and you are also given options. And those options and those choices are not just about the things that, you know, society teaches you to go after or to have or to cultivate. Those options and those choices very much have to do with the things and the ways that you have been restricted or restricted by. And then you are shown how destructive or creatively forceful you can be. You know, it gives you the choice of will. And when you realize that something no longer works for you, or that something is being revealed to you to show you where there might be an imbalance, then you can practice your strength of will to make your own choices and decisions for yourself that bring about change in your life, that make you feel like you are getting somewhere. You're no longer staying stuck in the past. Life is about changes. King of Wands. Cancer, Leo energy. Fire sign energy. I feel like, you definitely are remembering who you are. Somebody's coming around and praising you and kind of like, or really appreciative of you. So it's showing you who you are all over again. And also the King of Wands is, someone who can get the job done. Someone who thinks, therefore they are. They understand the power of the mind. This person is mentally strong, and they are emotionally strong as well. So this could be you, channeling that energy of the house that naturally squares you, which is Leo. So you are resolving conflicts within yourself. But you are very capable of doing that because you're comfortable with exploring, these parts of yourself. You know who you are. But I also feel like, seriously, that you've got to be more flexible. And when I say be more flexible, flexibility requires strength for the flexibility to work efficiently. And being flexible means being taken out of your comfort zone sometimes. And you will find strength, new strength, when you are taken outside of your comfort zone. Right? Because that line is real comfortable. Real comfortable. Got too comfortable. Right? So, we don't want you to get stuck or to get too comfortable. We want you to keep that movement there. We want you to get inspired to question ways that you could possibly, revitalize your spirit. And I think that your mind is connected to that. Your body is a sort of gateway to your spirit. So you've got to be good to that. Listen to your body, challenge your body, give your body new experiences, new sensations, whether it's working out in different ways, stretching, relaxation, movement, dance, whatever that is. It could be boxing, right? It could be climbing. It could be hiking. Anything. Thank you, Taurus. I don't know. I just thought I would do something for you. I'm gonna get ready to have the rest of my tea. And I think I'm gonna go to bed. This was a long one for you. Good night.